Welcome to my channel. Today I am going to tell about a story which is called Polly's Panda Playground Parade. Enjoy it. Once upon a time, in the cozy town of Willow Grove, there lived a little girl named Polly. Polly was a bright-eyed, adventurous 7-year-old with a heart full of dreams and a love for all things furry and cuddly. She had a special fondness for pandas, those gentle giants with their black and white fur and playful antics. Polly's days were filled with laughter and excitement as she explored the nooks and crannies of her neighborhood. But there was one place she loved more than anywhere else, the playground. It was her kingdom, her realm of imagination, where she could be anyone and do anything. One sunny morning, as Polly skipped her way to the playground, she noticed something peculiar stuck to the gate. It was an envelope, the likes of which she had never seen before. It was adorned with colorful stickers and had her name written in fancy letters. Curiosity piqued, Polly eagerly tore open the envelope and found a beautiful invitation inside. It read, "Dear Polly, you are cordially invited to the grand opening of Polly's Panda Playground Parade. Join us for a day of fun, games, and surprises as we celebrate your love for pandas. Don't forget to bring your favorite stuffed panda along. With love, your friends at Panda Palace." Polly's heart danced with joy as she read the invitation. She could hardly believe it. A parade just for her and her beloved pandas? It was a dream come true. Without wasting a moment, she tucked the invitation into her pocket and raced to the playground to share the news with her friends. "Guess what, everyone?" Polly exclaimed, breathless with excitement. "There's going to be a parade at the playground, and it's all for me and my pandas." Her friends gathered around, their eyes wide with wonder. "A parade? How marvelous!" exclaimed Emily, Polly's best friend. "But who sent the invitation?" wondered Tommy, the mischievous boy with freckles on his cheeks. Polly shrugged, her mind buzzing with anticipation. "I'm not sure, but it must be someone who knows how much I love pandas." With that, Polly and her friends spent the rest of the day planning for the grand parade. They decorated the playground with streamers and balloons, practicing their dance moves and preparing games for all to enjoy. And as the sun dipped below the horizon, casting a golden glow over Willow Grove, Polly drifted off to sleep with visions of pandas dancing in her head, eagerly awaiting the adventure that awaited her. The days flew by in a whirlwind of excitement as Polly and her friends prepared for the grand opening of Polly's Panda Playground Parade. Every spare moment was filled with laughter and activity as they worked tirelessly to make the playground sparkle with magic. Emily crafted colorful banners adorned with pandas, while Tommy built a magnificent stage for the parade performances. Polly, with her boundless energy and creativity, dreamed up games and activities that would delight children of all ages. But amidst all the hustle and bustle, one question lingered in Polly's mind: who had sent her the mysterious invitation? As the big day drew nearer, Polly couldn't shake the feeling of curiosity that gnawed at her. She searched high and low, asking everyone in Willow Grove if they knew anything about the parade, but no one seemed to have a clue. Then, one afternoon, as Polly was arranging paper lanterns in the shape of pandas, she heard a soft rustling behind her. Turning around, she gasped in surprise to see a figure emerging from the shadows. It was Mrs. Maplewood, the kindly old lady who lived at the edge of the woods. She was holding something small and furry in her arms, and a twinkle of mischief danced in her eyes. "Polly, my dear," Mrs. Maplewood said with a smile, "I couldn't help but overhear you talking about your parade. It sounds like quite the adventure." Polly's eyes widened with excitement. "You know about the parade?" Mrs. Maplewood nodded, her gaze warm and knowing. "Indeed, I do. In fact, I may have had a hand in organizing it." Polly's heart skipped a beat. "You did? But why?" Mrs. Maplewood chuckled softly, her wrinkles deepening with amusement. Because, my dear, I believe in the power of dreams. And I wanted to give you something special, something that would make your heart sing with joy. Polly's eyes brimmed with tears of gratitude. Thank you, Mrs. Maplewood. You've given me the most wonderful gift of all. With a gentle pat on the shoulder, Mrs. Maplewood disappeared into the shadows, leaving Polly with a sense of wonder and awe. She knew now that the parade was more than just a celebration of her love for pandas. It was a testament to the magic of friendship and the beauty of following your dreams. And so, with renewed determination, Polly and her friends threw themselves into the final preparations for the parade, their hearts full of anticipation for the adventure that awaited them. Little did they know, the greatest surprises were yet to come, as they embarked on a journey that would take them to the very heart of imagination itself. The morning of the parade dawned bright and clear, with a soft breeze carrying the scent of flowers through the air. Polly and her friends gathered at the playground, their faces beaming with excitement as they put the finishing touches on their preparations. As the clock struck noon, the first guests began to arrive, their eyes wide with wonder at the sight before them. The playground had been transformed into a magical wonderland, with pandas peeking out from every corner and a rainbow of colors dancing in the sunlight. Polly's heart swelled with pride as she watched children of all ages come together to celebrate her special day. She knew that none of it would have been possible without the love and support of her friends, both old and new. With a flourish of trumpets, the parade began, led by Polly herself, resplendent in a costume adorned with panda ears and a fluffy tail. Behind her marched Emily and Tommy, waving banners and leading the crowd in cheers. The parade wound its way through the streets of Willow Grove, drawing smiles and laughter from all who watched. There were jugglers and acrobats, musicians and dancers, each one more talented than the last. But the true magic of the parade lay not in the performances, but in the sense of joy and camaraderie that filled the air. Children laughed and played, their faces lit up with excitement as they reveled in the festivities. As the parade reached its grand finale, Polly climbed onto the stage and took a deep breath, her heart pounding with excitement. She looked out at the sea of smiling faces before her and felt a swell of gratitude for the friends who had made it all possible. Thank you, everyone, for joining us today, Polly said, her voice ringing out clear and true. This parade may have started as a dream, but it's become so much more than that. It's a celebration of friendship, of imagination, and of the power of believing in yourself. The crowd erupted into applause, their cheers echoing through the streets as Polly took her final bow. And as the sun set behind the horizon, casting a warm glow over the playground, Polly knew that this was just the beginning of many more adventures to come. For in the heart of Willow Grove, amidst the laughter and the music, Polly had found something truly magical, a place where dreams could come to life, and where anything was possible. And as she looked out at the twinkling stars above, she knew that her panda parade would live on forever in the memories of all who had been lucky enough to be a part of it. I hope you enjoy listening to Polly's Panda Playground Parade. Welcome to my channel. Today I am going to tell about a story which is called Panda Pool Party with Percy and Pals. Enjoy it. Once upon a time, in the lush bamboo forests of Panda Paradise, there lived a playful panda named Percy. Percy was known far and wide for his adventurous spirit and his knack for bringing joy to everyone around him. He had a group of close friends who were always up for exciting escapades. One sunny morning, as Percy was munching on his favorite bamboo shoots, he had a brilliant idea. I know just what we need, a pool party. Percy exclaimed to his friends, a mischievous glint in his eye. His pals, Bella the bunny, Sammy the squirrel, and Lily the ladybug, were thrilled at the idea. A pool party sounds amazing, Percy. Bella chirped, her ears perking up with excitement. But where will we find a pool big enough for all of us? Sammy asked, scratching his head with his tiny squirrel paws. Percy grinned, his black and white fur gleaming in the sunlight. Don't worry, my friends. I know just the place, he said confidently. With that, Percy dashed off into the forest, his friends trailing behind him. They scampered through the trees, following Percy's lead until they reached a clearing bathed in golden sunlight. And there, nestled among the emerald foliage, was the most magnificent sight they had ever seen, a sparkling pool, shimmering like liquid diamonds in the midday sun. Gasps of wonder escaped their lips as they approached the pool, their eyes wide with amazement. Wow, Percy! How did you find this incredible place? Lily exclaimed, her tiny wings fluttering with excitement. Percy beamed proudly. I stumbled upon it during one of my bamboo hunts, he explained. And I knew right away that it would be the perfect spot for our pool party. Without wasting another moment, Percy and his friends leaped into the cool, refreshing water, splashing and playing to their heart's content. They swam and frolicked, diving beneath the surface and soaring through the air with joyous abandon. As the sun began to dip below the horizon, casting a warm glow over the forest, Percy and his pals emerged from the water, their fur and feathers glistening in the fading light. That was the best pool party ever, Percy! Bella exclaimed, her eyes shining with happiness. Percy grinned, his heart swelling with pride. And it's only just begun, my friends, he said, his voice filled with excitement. Tomorrow, we'll invite even more friends to join us for another epic adventure. And so, with laughter ringing through the trees and the promise of many more adventures to come, Percy and his pals settled down for a well-deserved rest, dreaming of the joyous days that lay ahead. The next morning dawned bright and sunny, with a gentle breeze rustling through the bamboo leaves. Percy and his friends awoke early, eager to prepare for the second day of their pool party extravaganza. We need to invite more friends to join us today, Percy declared, his eyes sparkling with excitement. The more, the merrier. With that, Percy and his pals set off into the forest, their hearts brimming with anticipation. They scurried through the underbrush, calling out to their woodland friends and inviting them to join in the fun. Before long, a colorful array of creatures began to gather at the pool, a family of playful otters, a group of chatty songbirds, a trio of giggling chipmunks, and even a majestic stag with antlers as wide as the sky. Percy greeted each new arrival with a warm smile, his furry arms outstretched in welcome. Welcome, one and all, to our panda pool party, he exclaimed, his voice ringing out with joy. The pool soon echoed with the sounds of laughter and chatter as the animals splashed and played together, forming new friendships and making memories that would last a lifetime. Bella and Lily taught the otters how to perform synchronized swimming routines, while Sammy challenged the chipmunks to a daring diving competition from the tallest tree branch. Meanwhile, Percy busied himself with preparing a delicious feast for his guests, gathering ripe fruits and crunchy vegetables from the surrounding forest and laying them out in a colorful banquet spread. As the day wore on and the sun began to sink low in the sky, Percy gathered his friends together for a special surprise, a fireworks display to light up the night sky in a dazzling array of colors. The animals oohed and awed as the fireworks burst overhead, painting the darkness with their brilliance. They cheered and clapped, their hearts full of joy and wonder. As the final firework faded into the night, Percy smiled contentedly, his heart swelling with happiness. Thank you, my friends, for joining us on this magical adventure, he said, his voice soft but filled with warmth. May our friendship continue to shine as brightly as the stars above. And so, with laughter and love ringing through the forest, Percy and his pals bid farewell to their guests, their hearts overflowing with gratitude for the joyous days they had shared together. As the last guest bid farewell and the night settled over Panda Paradise, Percy and his friends gathered around the pool, their hearts still buzzing with the excitement of the day. That was the most amazing pool party ever, Lily exclaimed, her wings shimmering in the moonlight. Percy nodded, a contented smile gracing his black and white face. It truly was, he agreed. But you know what made it truly special? It wasn't just the pool or the fireworks, it was being surrounded by friends, old and new, who filled our hearts with joy. Bella snuggled closer to Percy, her fluffy ears twitching with affection. "You're right, Percy," she said softly. "Our friendship is what makes every adventure so magical." Sammy nodded in agreement, his bushy tail swishing behind him. "And I promise to always be by your side, no matter where our adventures take us," he declared, his voice filled with determination. Percy smiled at his friends, his heart overflowing with love. "And I promise the same to each of you," he said, his voice steady and true. "For we are more than just friends, we are a family, bound together by the bonds of love and laughter." With that, Percy and his pals settled down by the pool, their eyes sparkling with happiness as they watched the stars twinkle overhead. And as they drifted off to sleep, their dreams were filled with visions of many more adventures yet to come. For in Panda Paradise, where the bamboo grows tall and the rivers run clear, there will always be new friends to meet, new adventures to embark upon, and new memories to treasure forever. And so, dear reader, may you too find joy in the company of friends, and may your heart be filled with the warmth of love and laughter, today and always. I hope you enjoy listening to the Panda Pool Party with Percy and pals. Welcome to my channel. Today I am going to tell about a story which is called Mo's Marvelous Magic Mirror. Enjoy it. Once upon a time, in a quaint little town nestled between rolling green hills and whispering forests, there lived a curious young boy named Mo. Mo was an ordinary boy with an extraordinary imagination. He loved nothing more than embarking on adventures, exploring every nook and cranny of his charming village. One sunny morning, as Mo was rummaging through his attic, he stumbled upon a dusty old mirror tucked away in a corner. It was a peculiar mirror, unlike any he had ever seen before. Its frame was adorned with intricate carvings of mystical creatures, and its surface shimmered with an otherworldly glow. Intrigued by the mirror's mysterious allure, Mo carefully wiped away the layers of dust and grime until it gleamed like new. As he gazed into its reflective surface, he felt a tingling sensation coursing through his veins. Suddenly, the mirror began to shimmer and swirl, as if a magical force was stirring within its depths. Mo's eyes widened with wonder as he watched in amazement. And then, to his astonishment, the mirror spoke. "Greetings, young traveler," said the mirror in a melodious voice. "I am the marvelous magic mirror, and I possess the power to grant your deepest desires. But be warned, for magic comes with a price." Mo's heart raced with excitement at the thought of embarking on a magical adventure. He had always dreamed of exploring far-off lands and encountering fantastical creatures. Without hesitation, he made a wish. "I wish to journey to the enchanted forest beyond the hills," declared Mo, his voice filled with determination. The mirror shimmered once more, and in a flash of light, Mo found himself standing at the edge of the mystical forest. Tall trees towered overhead, their branches adorned with sparkling jewels that glistened in the sunlight. Birds chirped merrily, and a gentle breeze whispered secrets through the leaves. With a sense of exhilaration coursing through his veins, Mo set off into the heart of the forest, eager to uncover its hidden wonders. Little did he know that his adventures were just beginning, and that the marvelous magic mirror held many more surprises in store. And so, with each step he took, Mo's excitement grew, as he delved deeper into the enchanted realm of magic and mystery. What adventures await him in the enchanted forest? Only time will tell. As Mo ventured deeper into the enchanted forest, he encountered all manner of magical creatures. He met mischievous pixies dancing among the dappled sunlight, wise old owls perched in the branches of ancient trees, and graceful unicorns prancing through fields of wildflowers. Each new discovery filled Mo with wonder and delight, and he couldn't help but marvel at the beauty of the world around him. But amidst the enchantment, he couldn't shake the feeling of being watched. One evening, as the sun dipped below the horizon and the forest was cloaked in shadows, Mo heard a faint rustling in the underbrush. He froze, his heart pounding in his chest, and strained his ears to listen. Out from the darkness emerged a creature unlike any he had ever seen before. It was a small, furry creature with bright eyes and a bushy tail, and it regarded Mo with a mixture of curiosity and caution. "Who are you?" Mo asked, taking a cautious step forward. The creature cocked its head to the side and replied in a soft voice, "I am a forest sprite, guardian of these woods." "And who might you be, young traveler?" Mo introduced himself and explained how he had come to be in the enchanted forest with the help of the marvelous magic mirror. The sprite's eyes widened in surprise, and it nodded thoughtfully. "The magic mirror is a powerful artifact, indeed," said the sprite. "But be wary, young Mo, for not all magic is as benevolent as it may seem. There are forces at work in this forest that seek to exploit its power for their own gain." Mo listened intently as the sprite recounted tales of dark sorcerers and wicked enchantments that lurked within the depths of the forest. He felt a shiver run down his spine, but he refused to let fear hold him back. Determined to uncover the truth behind the mysteries of the enchanted forest, Mo set out once more, guided by the wisdom of the forest sprite. Together, they traversed winding paths and hidden glades, facing countless challenges along the way. But with each obstacle they overcame, Mo grew stronger and more determined than ever to protect the magic of the forest from those who would seek to harm it. And as he journeyed deeper into the heart of the enchanted realm, he discovered that true magic lies not in the power of spells or enchantments, but in the courage and kindness of those who dare to believe in its wonders. With the forest sprite by his side, Mo knew that he was never truly alone, and that no matter what challenges lay ahead, he would face them with bravery and resilience. For in the end, it is not the destination that matters most, but the journey itself, and the friends we make along the way. As Mo and the forest sprite continued their journey through the enchanted forest, they encountered more magical wonders and faced greater challenges than ever before. Together, they braved treacherous paths, outwitted cunning tricksters, and even crossed paths with a fearsome dragon guarding a hidden treasure trove. Through it all, Mo's courage never wavered, fueled by his unwavering belief in the power of friendship and the magic of the world around him. And as they neared the heart of the forest, he knew that the time had come to confront the source of the darkness that threatened to consume it. Deep within the shadowy depths of the forest, they came upon a crumbling castle shrouded in mist. Its towering spires reached toward the sky like skeletal fingers, and an eerie silence hung heavy in the air. Mo's heart raced with anticipation as he prepared to face whatever lay ahead. With the forest sprite by his side, Mo crept through the castle's ancient halls, his senses on high alert for any sign of danger. At last, they reached the throne room, where a figure cloaked in darkness awaited them. "I have been expecting you, young Mo," said the figure in a voice like ice. "You seek to thwart my plans and protect the magic of this forest. But you are too late. Soon, the power of the marvelous magic mirror will be mine, and I will bend it to my will." Mo's blood ran cold as he realized the true extent of the danger they faced. But he refused to back down, drawing strength from the friendship and courage that had brought him this far. With a defiant cry, Mo and the forest sprite launched into battle against the dark sorcerer, their swords flashing in the dim light of the throne room. Spells flew and blades clashed as they fought with all their might to protect the magic of the forest from falling into the wrong hands. In the end, it was not Mo's strength or skill that saved the day, but his unwavering belief in the power of goodness and light. With a final burst of energy, he unleashed a wave of pure magic that engulfed the dark sorcerer and banished him from the forest forever. As the dust settled and the castle crumbled to ruins around them, Mo and the forest sprite emerged victorious, their hearts filled with triumph and joy. The magic of the forest was safe once more, thanks to the bravery and courage of a curious young boy who dared to believe in the impossible. And as Mo gazed into the shimmering surface of the marvelous magic mirror one last time, he knew that his adventures were far from over. For in a world filled with wonder and magic, anything is possible for those who dare to dream. With a smile on his face and a twinkle in his eye, Mo bid farewell to the enchanted forest and set off into the unknown, eager to embark on his next great adventure. And wherever his journey may take him, one thing is for certain, the magic of the marvelous magic mirror will always guide him home. I hope you enjoy listening to the Mo's marvelous magic mirror. Welcome to my channel. Today I am going to tell about a story which is called Benny's Bamboo Bubblegum Bounce. Enjoy it. Once upon a time in the lush green forests of Bamboo Grove, there lived a curious little panda named Benny. Benny was no ordinary panda. He had a sweet tooth like no other, and his favorite treat in the whole world was bubblegum. Not just any bubblegum, mind you, but the magical bamboo bubblegum made by the elder pandas in the village. Every morning, Benny would wake up to the delightful aroma of freshly made bamboo bubblegum wafting through the air. His eyes would sparkle with excitement as he imagined the sugary sweetness bursting in his mouth. But there was one problem: Benny was too young to make his own bubblegum. Darn it! Benny would mutter to himself, watching the elder pandas crafting their delicious treats. When will I be old enough to make my own bubblegum? One sunny morning, as Benny was wandering through the bamboo forest, he stumbled upon a hidden clearing he had never seen before. In the center of the clearing stood a majestic old tree with branches reaching up to the sky. At the base of the tree lay a forgotten, dusty old chest. Intrigued, Benny approached the chest and carefully lifted the heavy lid. To his amazement, inside the chest lay a treasure trove of ingredients: bamboo shoots, honey, and a mysterious jar labeled bubblegum essence. "Wow!" exclaimed Benny, his eyes widening with excitement. Could this be the secret recipe for bamboo bubblegum? Without hesitation, Benny decided to try his luck at making his own bubblegum. With the help of his forest friends, a wise old owl named Ollie and a playful squirrel named Sammy, Benny gathered the bamboo shoots, honey, and bubblegum essence. Together, they mixed and stirred, following the instructions Benny found tucked inside the jar. As the concoction bubbled and boiled, a sweet aroma filled the air, and soon, they had created a batch of bubblegum that sparkled like the morning dew on the bamboo leaves. Benny couldn't contain his excitement as he popped a piece of the homemade bubblegum into his mouth. The flavors danced on his tongue, and he knew he had succeeded. From that day on, Benny became known as the Bubblegum Panda of Bamboo Grove, delighting his friends and family with his delicious creations. And as for the secret clearing, it became a gathering place for all the young pandas eager to learn the art of bubblegum making. Little did Benny know, his adventure was just beginning, and more surprises awaited him in the enchanting bamboo forest. As word spread of Benny's bubblegum making skills, the annual Bamboo Grove Festival was fast approaching. This year's festival promised to be the grandest yet, with competitions, games, and, of course, plenty of delicious treats. Benny's friends, Ollie the owl and Sammy the squirrel, were buzzing with excitement as they helped him prepare for the festival. Together, they gathered the finest bamboo shoots and honey, ready to showcase Benny's bubblegum to the whole village. But Benny's joy turned to worry when he learned about the festival's main event, the Great Bubblegum Bake-Off. It was a prestigious competition where the best bubblegum makers from all over the forest would showcase their creations. "I don't know, guys," Benny fretted, chewing nervously on a piece of his homemade bubblegum. "What if my bubblegum isn't good enough for the bake-off?" "Don't worry, Benny," Ollie reassured him, perching on his shoulder. "Your bubblegum is amazing. Just believe in yourself, and everything will turn out fine." With Ollie and Sammy's encouragement, Benny decided to enter the bake-off. He spent days perfecting his recipe, tweaking the ingredients and flavors until he was satisfied it was the best bubblegum he had ever made. Finally, the day of the festival arrived, and the air was filled with excitement and anticipation. Benny and his friends proudly displayed their bubblegum at their stall, surrounded by the tantalizing aroma of sweet treats. As the villagers wandered past, sampling the various delights on offer, Benny couldn't help but feel nervous. What if his bubblegum didn't impress the judges? What if he let his friends down? But just as Benny was starting to doubt himself, he heard a familiar voice calling out from the crowd. "Benny! Over here. It was Maylee, Benny's best friend and fellow bubblegum enthusiast. With a beaming smile, she approached Benny's stall, holding a tray of her own homemade bubblegum. I heard you were entering the bake-off, Maylee said, her eyes sparkling with excitement. I couldn't miss the chance to compete against you. Benny's heart swelled with gratitude as he realized he wasn't alone in his quest. With Maylee by his side, he felt a newfound sense of confidence and determination. As the judges made their rounds, tasting each entry with meticulous care, Benny and Maylee watched nervously, their hearts pounding with anticipation. And then, finally, the moment of truth arrived. The judges gathered on stage, their faces solemn as they deliberated over the entries. After what felt like an eternity, they announced the winner of the Great Bubblegum Bake-Off. And the winner is Benny and Maylee. The crowd erupted into cheers and applause as Benny and Maylee were crowned joint champions of the bake-off. Tears of joy streamed down Benny's cheeks as he hugged Maylee tightly, overwhelmed with happiness and gratitude. Together, they had proven that with a little courage, determination, and friendship, anything was possible. And as they celebrated their victory with their friends and family, Benny knew that his bubblegum adventures were far from over. With the Bamboo Grove Festival behind them and their victory in the Great Bubblegum Bake-Off celebrated, Benny and Maylee's spirits were higher than ever. But little did they know, their greatest adventure was about to begin. One sunny afternoon, as Benny and Maylee were relaxing by the tranquil waters of the Bamboo River, they were approached by a mysterious figure cloaked in shadows. Greetings, young pandas, the figure said, his voice tinged with an air of mystery. I have a quest for you, a quest that will test your courage, intelligence, and, most importantly, your love for bubblegum. Benny and Maylee exchanged curious glances, their interest piqued by the stranger's words. What kind of quest? Benny asked, his curiosity getting the better of him. The figure stepped forward, revealing himself to be none other than Master Wu, the legendary guardian of the Bamboo Grove. I have long guarded the secrets of this forest, Master Wu explained, his eyes shining with wisdom. But now, I require your help to protect the most precious treasure of all, the sacred bubblegum tree. Benny and Maylee gasped in astonishment. The sacred bubblegum tree was said to possess magical powers, capable of granting wishes to those pure of heart. But why us? Maylee asked, her voice filled with wonder. Because you have shown courage, kindness, and a deep love for bubblegum, Master Wu replied. Only those with pure intentions can undertake this quest. Determined to prove themselves worthy of the challenge, Benny and Maylee eagerly accepted Master Wu's quest. With his guidance, they set off on a perilous journey through the heart of the bamboo forest, facing challenges and obstacles at every turn. But through their bravery, teamwork, and unwavering friendship, Benny and Maylee overcame every obstacle in their path. They braved treacherous paths, outwitted cunning adversaries, and even confronted their own doubts and fears. Finally, after days of trials and tribulations, they reached the heart of the forest, where the sacred bubblegum tree stood tall and majestic, its branches laden with shimmering bubbles of every color imaginable. With bated breath, Benny and Maylee approached the tree, their hearts pounding with excitement and anticipation. And as they reached out to pluck a bubble from its branches, they felt a surge of magic coursing through their veins. In that moment, their deepest wishes were granted, Benny's dream of becoming a master bubblegum maker, and Maylee's desire to explore the world beyond the bamboo forest. As they gazed up at the sacred bubblegum tree, their hearts filled with gratitude for the magical adventure they had shared. And as they journeyed back to Bamboo Grove, hand in hand, they knew that their friendship and love for bubblegum would guide them on many more adventures in the years to come. And so, dear readers, ends the tale of Benny's Bamboo Bubblegum Bounce, a story of courage, friendship, and the magical power of bubblegum. But remember, the adventure never truly ends for those who believe in the magic of the forest and the power of their dreams. And who knows? Perhaps one day, you too will embark on your own bubblegum adventure, discovering the wonders that await in the enchanting world of Bamboo Grove. I hope you enjoy listening to Benny's Bamboo Bubblegum Bounce. Welcome to my channel. Today I am going to tell about a story which is called Pippa's Panda Princess Tea Time. Enjoy it! Once upon a time, in the enchanting land of Fancifulia, there lived a young girl named Pippa. Pippa was a kind-hearted and adventurous girl with a love for tea parties and all things magical. Pippa lived in a cozy cottage nestled in the heart of the fanciful forest. Outside her cottage window, tall trees swayed in the gentle breeze, and colorful flowers bloomed in every corner. But what made Pippa's home truly special was her best friend, a playful panda named Princess Petunia. Princess Petunia wasn't your ordinary panda. She wore a sparkling tiara atop her head, and her fur was as soft as a cloud. Together, Pippa and Princess Petunia spent their days exploring the magical wonders of Fancifulia. One sunny morning, as Pippa and Princess Petunia played in the garden, they stumbled upon a mysterious pathway hidden behind a veil of shimmering vines. Curious, Pippa tugged at the vines, revealing a secret garden unlike any they had ever seen. The garden was filled with twinkling fairy lights and colorful blossoms. In the center of it all stood a magnificent tea table adorned with delicate china teacups and plates of delectable treats. But what caught Pippa's eye the most was a golden invitation nestled among the flowers. "Princess Petunia, look!" exclaimed Pippa, holding up the invitation for her friend to see. "It's an invitation to a tea party." Princess Petunia's eyes sparkled with excitement as she read the invitation aloud. "You are cordially invited to a grand tea party in honor of the Panda Princess," she recited. With a giggle of delight, Pippa and Princess Petunia set off on a grand adventure to prepare for the tea party. They gathered fresh flowers to decorate the table, baked scrumptious cookies, and brewed pots of fragrant tea. As the sun began to set, casting a warm glow over the garden, Pippa and Princess Petunia welcomed their guests to the tea party. Fairies fluttered in, their wings shimmering in the twilight, followed by friendly forest creatures and even a unicorn or two. The air was filled with laughter and joy as Pippa and Princess Petunia danced and played with their friends. And as they sipped tea and savored treats, Pippa couldn't help but feel grateful for the magical moments shared with her beloved panda princess. Little did Pippa know, the adventure was just beginning. But for now, as the stars twinkled overhead and the moon cast its gentle glow, Pippa's heart was filled with happiness, surrounded by friends old and new. The night of the tea party had been magical, but as the dawn broke over the fanciful forest, Pippa and Princess Petunia awoke to a delightful surprise. Outside their cottage door stood a magnificent carriage, adorned with ribbons and flowers. "Pippa, look!" exclaimed Princess Petunia, her eyes wide with wonder. "It's a carriage fit for a princess." Pippa's heart raced with excitement as she climbed into the carriage beside her dear friend. With a flick of the reins, the carriage set off on a journey through the enchanted forest, guided by the soft glow of the morning sun. As they traveled deeper into the forest, Pippa and Princess Petunia marveled at the wonders around them. They passed crystal-clear streams where mermaids frolicked, and fields of shimmering butterflies danced in the breeze. Finally, they arrived at their destination, a magnificent palace nestled atop a hill, its towers reaching toward the sky like fingers of lace. Pippa gasped in awe as they stepped inside, greeted by the sight of a grand ballroom adorned with sparkling chandeliers and golden tapestries. But the most splendid sight of all awaited them in the center of the ballroom, a lavish banquet table overflowing with delicious treats fit for a royal feast. Pippa's stomach rumbled with hunger as she gazed at the array of cakes, pastries, and fruits. As Pippa and Princess Petunia sat down to enjoy their meal, they were joined by the Panda Princess herself, a regal panda adorned in jewels and silken robes. With a graceful bow, the Panda Princess welcomed them to her palace and thanked them for their kindness. Pippa couldn't believe her luck, to be dining with a real princess in a palace straight out of a fairy tale. She savored every bite of the delicious food, feeling like the luckiest girl in all of Fancifulia. But the day was far from over. After their feast, the Panda Princess led Pippa and Princess Petunia on a tour of the palace grounds, showing them secret gardens and hidden treasures around every corner. As the sun began to set once again, casting a golden glow over the palace, Pippa knew that she would never forget this magical day. With a grateful heart, she bid farewell to the Panda Princess and the palace, knowing that she would cherish the memories forever. As they rode back home in the carriage, Pippa and Princess Petunia reflected on the adventures they had shared and the new friends they had made. And as they snuggled up together in their cozy cottage, Pippa knew that no matter where their adventures took them next, they would always have each other, and that was the greatest treasure of all. The days that followed Pippa's adventure at the Panda Princess's palace were filled with excitement and wonder. Word of their magical tea party and royal feast spread throughout the land of Fancifulia, and soon, Pippa and Princess Petunia were the talk of the town. But amidst all the attention and admiration, Pippa remained humble and kind-hearted, never forgetting the true magic of friendship and the joy of simple pleasures. One sunny afternoon, as Pippa and Princess Petunia played in the garden, they heard a soft knock on the cottage door. Curious, Pippa opened the door to find a group of woodland creatures standing outside, their eyes shining with excitement. "Hello, Pippa," chirped a little bird perched on a nearby branch. "We've heard about your wonderful adventures, and we were hoping you could help us with a special task." Pippa smiled warmly at her furry and feathered friends. "Of course. What can we do for you?" The creatures explained that they were planning a grand celebration to honor the beauty and magic of the fanciful forest, and they needed Pippa's help to make it truly spectacular. They asked her to organize a tea party in the forest clearing, complete with delicious treats and enchanting decorations. Pippa's heart swelled with excitement at the thought of bringing joy to her friends and neighbors. With Princess Petunia by her side, she set to work planning the most magical tea party the fanciful forest had ever seen. Together, they gathered wildflowers to decorate the clearing, baked batches of cookies and cakes, and brewed pots of fragrant tea. They invited all the creatures of the forest to join them in celebration, from the tiniest insects to the mightiest beasts. As the sun began to set on the day of the tea party, the forest clearing was transformed into a wonderland of twinkling lights and colorful blossoms. Creatures of all shapes and sizes gathered around the banquet table, their eyes sparkling with delight. Pippa smiled as she looked around at her friends, old and new, coming together to celebrate the magic of friendship and the beauty of nature. And as they sipped tea and savored treats, Pippa couldn't help but feel grateful for the wonderful adventures that had brought her here. As the stars began to twinkle in the night sky and the moon cast its gentle glow over the forest, Pippa knew that this was just the beginning of many more adventures to come. And with Princess Petunia by her side, she was ready to take on whatever challenges and wonders the future held. For in the land of Fancifulia, where magic and friendship abound, there is always a new adventure waiting just around the corner. And for Pippa and Princess Petunia, every day is a chance to make new friends, discover new wonders, and share in the joy of tea time with those they love. I hope you enjoy listening to Pippa's Panda Princess Tea Time.